kolejnym, ostatnim już z tej serii.
This is the last program in our series, and we want to consider how the actions of the ministry and other organizations promoting short food chains are bringing results. To what extent consumers and farmers are coming together to replace intermediaries. Certainly a very good example and success story is the rural e-book.
Skrzynka.
ODR-y miały dosyć sporo znajomości i poszukały właśnie takich rolników, które chciałyby wejść w ten model współpracy na wiejską e-skrzynkę.
The Agricultural Advisory Centre was looking for farmers to join a project to create a new model of selling. That's the rural e-box. They really organised everything. They prepared the project in consultation with us. And the whole idea of the project is to work out ways that we can sell directly as farmers with agricultural retail trade. We have the opportunity to work out new ways of reaching consumers. The big advantage of the project is that the Agricultural Advisory Centre is a kind of leader, and we also have collaboration with the university, which will help us improve the quality of our programs. Through the project, we'll get lots of support. It's a nice project because we have quite a lot of time to test out lots of different ways of selling. One of the ways will be to bring all the products of the farmers into one place. Another will be to look for consumers through an internet platform. We'll see what really works for us best. But the key thing for us is to reach consumers mainly in the city without resorting to intermediaries.
Internetową. I będziemy sprawdzać, które po prostu sposoby dystrybucji naszej żywności są najlepsze, żeby jak najszybciej i najefektowniej trafiły do konsumentów, głównie w mieście.
Dla mnie problemem jest czas.
My main problem is lack of time. My focus is on processing and collecting and harvesting, so I don't really have much time for anything else. It's really not a problem for me to get into the car, deliver something to friends or customers in Kraków, but I just don't have the time to do that. If you were to ask me what's missing, it's help with organization and delivery. If someone could take care of that, I could focus more on the production side. It's about reaching client. I already have a group that's keen on my products, but I think there's also another group of people who are looking for products of the kind that I produce.
Tą pulę klientów, no ja już dam wszystko, co mogę zrobić.
No, jak stare przysłowie.
There's an old saying that as individuals we don't have much power. Power comes from being in a group. This is why we're very keen on working as part of a group. The prospects for local markets are very promising, but there are some conditions that need to be met. The first condition is that the local market has to be created by someone. It can be a local NGO, a group of farmers, or even a group of consumers. The important thing is that they take on the role of creating the market, investing in internet tools, perhaps vehicles, collection points, and other types of infrastructure. But the important thing about this organizer is that the interest is not in becoming an intermediary and to making money as an intermediary. This is why the best local market organizers are local governments, agricultural advisory centers, or consumers. For them, the benefit lies in increasing access to local food.
Wiejska e-skrzynka to na pewno świetna propozycja. Propozycja, na którą na pewno jest zapotrzebowanie na rynku, ponieważ...
The rural e-box is a great proposal. It's a proposal for which the time has come. This is because it brings together local producers in a group and offers the opportunity to provide a more comprehensive offer. We know from our experience that people living in neighborhood Bydgoszcz are on the lookout for better products, but they would like to buy them all in one place. This is why we are eager to be part of the Rural e-box project. We see the advantages on the side of the Rural e-box, which we do not have. This is about better advertising and promotion, a greater opportunity to reach customers. I think if we enter a group with a wider access to customers, the benefit of being part of a group is about promotion and access to completely new customers. We get great support from the Agricultural Advisory Centre and even the Ministry of Agriculture. This is a great help because we need good PR as small producers operating locally.
Dobry PR wokół tej takiej małej, drobnej, lokalnej działalności.
Idąc za przykładem wiejskie skrzynki,
With the rural e-box as an example, something similar is happening in Kamienna Góra. This time, the leader is the local government.
a konkretnie inkubator przedsiębiorczości.
Największym atutem tego przedsięwzięcia jest to, że
The greatest advantage of this project is that producers sell their products directly to customers. That is to say, the price they determine will almost entirely go into their pockets. Of course, minus the costs of managing the project. But the function of the classic intermediary disappears. This is what makes the project attractive to producers. We now have around 17 legally functioning food producers who are organizing themselves into a group. We hope that the group will register as an association and we can move forward within a couple of months.
będzie mogła przejść do działania.
Ci młodzi rolnicy, naprawdę młodzi, którzy nie są obciążeni.
Younger farmers don't have the prejudices of older farmers like me, who remember farming in the 1980s. In the back of our heads, we have all sorts of barriers, especially when it comes to collaboration. I think the future of collaboration around short food chains is up to young farmers.
Jakoś radzę, ale obawiam się, że ci rolnicy mają jakieś tam opory przed takimi wspólnymi działaniami.
Nie zawsze, aby powstawały krótkie łańcuchy.
We don't always need an organization like a local government or incubator. Sometimes it's enough just to have people with initiative and a need. That's what happened in Tarnów with the online eco-market.
Gdzie powstał e-bazarek.
Cały ekobazarek powstał.
Our online eco-market started in 2018. Now we have about 2,500 people participating. They're mostly people from Tarnów, both farmers and customers. Everyone can make a post. For example, I'm looking for raspberries, or I have so many kilograms of potatoes for sale. Buyers and sellers connect with one another, and then offline they deal with all the logistics and sales and transactions.
Sprzedać. Mam 10 kg ziemniaków. Kto chętny, piszcie na tej zasadzie.
Trudno jednak liczyć,
When it comes to short food chains, it's probably not enough just to rely on initiative and need. It's good to have support of the local government. We found a good example of this in Mądrze, where lots of good things are happening.
w Łomży, gdzie dzieje się wiele dobrego w tym temacie.
Takie zainteresowanie zdrową żywnością obserwujemy.
We see growing interest in organic food, both in our contacts with businesses, farmers, and consumers. They often ask about where to buy organic food. What we need are new channels of distribution.
Za pomocą jakich kanałów dystrybucyjnych też jest ono osiągalne.
Muszę też powiedzieć, że się bardzo dużo pozytywnego wydarzyło w ustawodawstwie.
I have to say that lots of positive things are happening when it comes to legal matters. The fact that direct selling has been brought in through agricultural retail trade and farmers can process and sell their food is a real milestone in the process of reinventing agriculture. I have to say, however, that the main role of the ministry is now to coordinate all the changes in the legislation that are happening in ways that take into account our mountain environment. This is about preserving the traditional ways of grazing and organizing this. Many specific proposals have been made for a mountain law, but someone now needs to bring everything together and to take things forward. That's a task for the Ministry of Agriculture.
Jako koordynatora i takiego prekursora tych zmian.
Ministerstwo Rolnictwa,
The Ministry of Agriculture is clearly supporting the development of local markets and short food chains. The ministry is encouraging farmers to organize themselves, and groups can actually get financing. But is this enough? What are some of the opportunities and what are the threats?
odpowiedzieć na te pytania.
W Polsce mamy ponad 1 milion gospodarstw rolnych i większość z nich. In Poland we have over 1 million farms, but most of them don't actually function in the marketplace. So the question comes, what will it take for local markets and direct selling and all the legal changes and privileges that have been brought in recent times to mobilize farmers so that they actually start selling directly in local markets. I think this is a big challenge because many of these farmers are in a very difficult situation today. But it won't be possible without intervention on the part of the ministries and public authorities. Without involvement of local governments, local NGOs and farmer organizations, local markets will simply... What we need is innovations in distribution and sales that are based on direct selling and generating benefits directly to farmers. We're talking about internet shops and these kinds of things, but the ones that are appearing everywhere are often created by new groups of intermediaries who take over the space that's been created by consumers becoming interested in buying local food. The challenge lies in how to help farmers self-organize so that the financial surplus that's generated from a producer-client transaction stays with the farmers and the client and doesn't go to the intermediary. This challenge has been recognized by the Ministry of Agriculture, and that's why it's prepared a special program designed to support groups of farmers organizing new innovative ways of selling their products together. The program will start later this year and in time for the next farming season. To benefit financially from the program, a group of farmers must organize themselves and figure out what they need the financing for. Innovations are needed for increasing sales and benefits to the farmers themselves. The key to the program is that it's farmers themselves who must decide on the initiative and reap the benefits.
Ale klucz jest, że to rolnicy muszą decydować o kształcie właśnie tej inicjatywy.